Peter had such a good time doing that, didn't he?
He had a fantastic time. I love the music. It always makes me want to dance.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Long Stash. I'm here with Longman Tarot, Ritchie.
Hi.
The amazing medium Betsy Palmer.
Aloha.
I'm Tarot Stash.
Yay.
For being here. So, Ritchie, is this like year 2 or 3 of doing
I was just thinking, I don't know how. This must be the 3rd year, I think.
It's amazing.
I was looking at the photos in the montage thinking, we look younger. We look younger now than we did then.
Well said. We will continue Long Stash in the new year. Wow. So, but how is everyone?
We're good.
Doing well. Thank you. How are you, sir?
I am doing well also. So this is great. I have one of those days where I'm doing a lot of lives. What's interesting is all of the lives I'm doing are readings. So I'm like, okay,
Ooh.
plug in. And I have my purple jade on, Betsy.
Good.
So for those of you who didn't remember, yes, purple jade. It's good for what, Betsy?
Empaths, to help keep your emotional boundaries intact.
Love me some of that. Oh,
I'm
Ritchie,
not wearing any.
These guys. Whoops. Now I'm all confused. These guys.
Do you have any crystals, Ritchie?
I have got a few.
Okay.
But not on me today. Normally I'm dripping in the stuff, but not today. No.
There you go.
Going au naturel today.
Oh, wow. That's fancy. So we've got a lot of people here. So thank you. I want to remind everyone to do all of the YouTube things, like, share, and subscribe. Links are below to everyone's channels. All of us do private readings.
Mm-hmm.
These readings that we're doing are for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance, really. And these are, they're free readings. They're online. We do have specific questions that we're going to work with today.
Mm-hmm.
If you want an in-depth reading, reach out. And best chatters are here.
Best chatters.
Best
Definitely.
chatters. Yes. So let's say hi to a few people, and then that'll give everybody time to like, share, and subscribe. And then we will find out what is coming up for all of us. Plucky Heroine is here and has been doing the thing where this is simulcasting on Ritchie's channel and my channel, Tarot Stash. So Plucky has gone over and done the same thing.
Oh, thank you.
Said hi. Teresa is here. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you. Sal Rods is here. Hello. Starla is good to see you. Elsbeth. Martha Bean. Rossi. And I am beaming. Well, first of all, why wouldn't I beam? Hello.
Why? Yeah.
It's
guys.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's good. Merita is here. Hello. You shaved. Is that so you're mistaken for Santa Claus?
Yeah.
That's exactly.
It's a much more boring story than that, but I won't bore everyone with it now.
Yeah, Rossi's noticed that too. Of course, I've been sitting here for a half an hour with Ritchie, and I didn't even mention it.
No.
We can release the virgins because Regina's Tarot and Wirecraft is here. And Ren is also here, work lurking. Well, not all that much. So I get it.
There's a new portal being opened in the chat, the vortex.
Ooh.
Vortex is opening. There you go. All right.
Love it.
And
Love it.
thank you, Merita. There's the link for Betsy's channel.
Thank you.
Sally is driving and listening. Please be careful.
Mhm.
Yeah, what happened? There you go. If you open both channels at the same time,
Don't ever do that.
you get double the pleasure, double the fun.
And a portal.
And the portal. Yes. So,
It's no extra charge.
yes, the portal's a bonus. The portal is a bonus. Thank you for including. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. I'm caught up with the parallel universe, and it's like this echo thing. Fun boy, we are doing readings. We're doing readings around specific questions, so hold off on those, please. Oh, and there you go. One of the channels is muted. Mars 54 is here. Hello.
Hi.
All right. I'm just getting caught up. All right. So, Psyche W is here. Good to see you.
Hi.
Okay. So, Yule.
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 Also known as the Winter Solstice.
Mm-hmm.
Winter Solstice is the time that we have, it's the longest night.
It is. Shortest day.
Yes. And so one of the great things about that is we're going into the darkest part of the year. That's the darkest day of the year.
Yeah.
And then after that, light comes back, but it's going to keep getting colder here in the northern hemisphere. So
it plummeted to 69 degrees here last night. I don't want to hear y'all complaining.
And what temperature was the water, Betsy?
Well, probably like a chilly 76 instead of the normal 78.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I blame the whales for all the moving around. They stir the water up.
That's a good thing. So
I know y'all. I'll have no sympathy for me whatsoever.
No,
I'm
none
fine with
whatsoever.
that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Psyche. I'm in long pajamas. I am wearing. This is my Saturday morning, so I'm still in my pajamas, long sleeve and long pants, instead of tank and like a tank dress or something. How do you manage? Hey, it's a thing. It's real. Climatization is a real thing.
I believe you. So Yule is a fire festival. It is one of the fire festivals. So on the, and of course my folder is over there, so I don't have the little chart. But Yule is opposite the summer solstice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Ritchie, what do you want to say about Yule?
Well, it was just a wonderful time. I'm doing lots of reading at the moment about Druid traditions and stuff like that. And I was reading today that the festival of Yule, or the Winter Solstice, goes further back than anything Christianity. It's believed to be one of the oldest festivals that humankind have ever held or celebrated. Mm-hmm. So it was a time for feasting, a time for thanking and thinking about endings and new beginnings. So much like we do at New Year, where we say goodbye to the old year. It's that kind of time as well. Worrying, I suppose, have you got enough crops and food to last you the winter? But it was a time of feasting. And a lot of the traditions that we have today still comes from these really, really old festival of bringing in greenery, partying, drinking, being with loved ones, that kind of thing. And it's just a very nice time to, I think, reset ourselves and think about what have we accomplished. I know a lot of us would have done this back at Samhain, but what have we accomplished and what is the new cycle going to be about? Because it is marking the tilt of the earth and another year around the sun, really.
Yeah. And the fact that we actually we change our calendars, so it is a new beginning. I find that that's very, very
Yeah.
interesting. So,
Yeah.
Betsy, do you have any thoughts on the solstice?
So since I'm kind of a freewheeling kind of girl, I don't really follow too much tradition.
Mhm.
What this time of year for me is kind of a time of reflection. It can be a little bit of a downer because there's all these like kind of six of cups kind of wishes for a sweet
Yeah.
remembering and a connection to a time of sweet and happy innocence. And so you're with family and loved ones and you're hoping everything's going to be wonderful, but it oftentimes just ends up being a little bit more like a five of wands kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yes.
And actually, I went to a holiday party on Friday night and experienced a lot of that, of wanting to be with this group of people and wanting to be accepted by them and not really being a part of it, and walking away feeling a bit hollow and a bit lonely after that, knowing I don't fit in with that. But at the same time, do I really want to fit in with that?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That makes sense.
We'll just leave it right there.
I think you've touched on something really important at this time of the year nowadays. The expectation heaped upon us is huge, probably the biggest time of the year when we're feeling our most vulnerable, when we're feeling the most tired, we just want to crawl under duvets and blankets and hibernate in the northern hemisphere. And yet we're going out partying and we're buying and shopping and cooking, and it kind of goes against our circadian rhythms in many ways, when all we want to do is just hunker down and just get through the next few months. So a lot of people get stressed at this time of year, and I think that's partly something to do with it.
Yeah.
Well, and especially because Ren is like an OMG, Betsy. That is my life.
Yeah. I was sitting with this group of people. One couple had just purchased a home in a neighborhood where two other couples were that are very good friends, longtime friends, and all of them have been in the same social circle for a while. So I was sitting there with these 5 out of 6 people, and they're talking about all the plans they're making and all the parties they're going to have, and you're going to come over to my house. Did anybody ever once say, "You should come too, Betsy"?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was like an hour of that, and I was like, sorry guys, I got to work tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah. I think it's a really important thing to remember, that to do that inclusion and to take efforts to slow down and to really connect with people. This is truly that time of the year when that reflection happens. What have I brought into this time of the year, and what am I going to bring into the next part of the year? Slow down with that. It's important.
Yeah.
And that solitude, it's a very natural thing.
Yeah.
And Ren hears you. And Beth said, Betsy, mean girls moment. Ugh.
Not at all. And there was actually just as many men as women in the conversation. And it wasn't that at all. It was just they're part of the same social circle, and I am not a part of their social circle.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
But I don't really, these are people that are all pounders. They're drinkers. They're really into making money. They're all complete and total muggles. And as much as the heart wants acceptance and inclusion, do I really want to be a part of that again?
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing that. People who are watching understand that. They have that sense. It is that time where we have a lot of expectations put on us because gifts and giving and the expenses, and it's just like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, we work hard, and then we have to work even harder to make up for the money that we've spent, instead of spending quality time with someone.
Yeah.
So, but But yeah, I do want to mention there is still today, if you are doing Glimmer Globe stuff, to send me a photo of your Glimmer Globe. For those of you who have not seen it on my channel, there's information about Glimmer Globe. Do it. Glimmers are the opposite of triggers. Send me a picture of your Glimmer Globe. This is actually the correct address. So email address, since I made a mistake on one of them. I was like, I put out a call for pictures, and it was brought to my attention that I left off an E on Terrastash.
Mm.
It's like I know my name. Anyhow,
And so somebody else is inundated
Yeah,
with
I was going to say someone called
cars.
Team Arrow Stack is getting all your email.
yes,
Terry Arrow Stack, we're sorry.
yes. There you go. There you go. Rossi said only kids get gift in my family, and Ren said I don't fit anywhere. In anywhere. However, in order to fit in, I'd probably have to be a different person, and I'm just not willing to do that. Good.
And then
Good.
there's that.
Yes.
Hey, brother.
And so yes. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan.
Oh, and Rossi said sometimes mom and dad. And Beth, thank you for the support. In your defense, the silent E. Yes.
Yeah.
The silent E. So
Jonathan, let me know if we're going back to Izakaya for lunch. I have time this week.
Ooh, nice. Cat Mama Meows Do Drop In is here. Hello. And okay, so Tortoiseshell Moon Kathy is here. Hello.
Hey, hi.
So what do people have coming up? Betsy, what do you have coming up on your channel? What's next?
Only next month with you and Hershey.
And before you leave, we'll figure out a couple of more times.
Yeah, I got some ideas percolating.
Oh, excellent. What about you, Ritchie?
Well, not much. I'm kind of taking the Christmas off, to be honest, which is something I mean to do. And I just thought, I want to get on doing some reading and studying and enjoying it and not feel like I have to be at a certain place at a certain time. And it just so happens that a lot of the Fridays would fall over particular times when I'm out. So I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to put a lid on it. However, saying that, fingers crossed, I'm hoping to go to Avebury Stone Circle for the solstice.
Ooh.
And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if I do go, that I can get internet and do a bit of a live from there. This is probably going to be the last time I am on for a little while.
Okay, and you did a solstice thing last year. Was that at Stonehenge?
Yeah, I went to Stonehenge, which was really wonderful. I like the winter solstice because you don't have to get up so early.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's wet, it's muddy. But I thought we said this year, let's go and try a different stone circle. So we're going to, I believe, Avebury is the biggest stone circle in the world. So, yeah.
Ooh,
I
nice.
have a really funny solstice story. It's, like third or fourth hand through the grapevine. I had a client come in the jewelry store. Maui, everybody wants to come here. You never know who you're going to meet. So some guy came in and he was some kind of internet whiz, and he was friends with Neil Tyson deGrasse, and they found themselves in London, and they were out partying. And he even showed me like this video he had of the dude, like, getting down in the club. So it was legit. So like in the wee hours of dawn, in a drunken fit, they decided to take a taxi to Stonehenge for the sunrise. So they found this taxi, drove all the hell way there, and of course it was all barricaded off. So Neil Tyson deGrasse goes, let's just hop the fence. So they jumped the fence and ran to the circle with the security guards hot on their tail. The craziest freaking story.
I love that. I love that. And Regina says, before I forget to say, Ritchie, you look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
The beard is always fabulous as well.
It's just layers of fabulousness. That's
I know. I'm I didn't know the beard meant so much to people, the missing of it.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't recognize it.
You
I
didn't
mean,
even
again,
notice.
I
It's
didn't.
not a flicker, nothing.
Obviously, I don't care about you, Ritchie. If you believe that, good Lord. So,
This is
yeah,
ending
Ross.
to be our holiday casual instead of reading.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So I am on, just like and subscribe to my channel, people. That way you just
Yeah.
keep up. So
Yeah, Beth, you're right. Stories you hear at the jewelry store. I had a great conversation with Donald Petrie, the guy that did Miss Congeniality and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Funny guy and a charming wife.
nice. So okay, so here's what we're doing. We are let me remove that. We are doing readings that are lessons you have been working on, gifts the solstice brings you, and insights to take into the new year. So most of those are going to be pretty much general readings. If you would like one of these readings, please type it into the chat that you want a reading. So specific questions not related to this are not really going to help. So okay, Rossi.
Can I before you pick someone, can I just say the thing about the haunted dolls that are in quiet? Okay, so the haunted dolls are they are being presented to the Council of Ghosts in your new neighborhood, and they have to be granted their position within the order. They have to know what they are and are not allowed to do, and who they are allowed and not allowed to associate with. So they have to get their place within the ghost realm as well as the three-dimensional realm. So give them some time.
Okay, Fun Boy, there's your answer.
There's your answer.
Nice. Okay. Boy, that's okay. Readings are closed. We got like 12. So we'll get through these as quickly as we can.
Because Gerald has so much free time today.
Well, I do.
And I've got the Glastonbury candle to do tonight. So
Oh, yes, you do.
You have what to do?
The Glastonbury Unity candle.
Ooh.
I'm an ambassador, and I host on a Monday night. So.
Oh goodness! All right, we better step on it, guys.
We're fine.
Okay. We are going to do Salrod's birthday. Sally's birthday is I'd love a reading on why I'm so spacey right now, like aimless. And I think these three questions, these three prompts will fit into that. I think those will be okay.
No, you're not the only one. At an event I was at last week, Wednesday, everybody's saying the same thing.
Okay. Well, and yeah, I also know, I know there's a lot of solar energy and a lot of galactic stuff coming through. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Willow Lifestyle has great updates about energy and solar flares and all that.
Yes. Okay.
This is hilarious.
All right. So what lesson have you been working on is the King of Wands. You have been you've been working on mastering your energy, knowing what is yours, what it is that charges you, moves you forward, gives you a lot of power. I like how on this card, it looks like the person has lights around them. I'm also wondering if you have been practicing some boundary setting, because I have a feeling of that. So you've been trying to understand your energy, where you are. So, all right. And Betsy, what do you have?
Okay, so the gifts the solstice brings to you. I'm cracking up because I got the Seven of Wands, and this card, Ritchie actually holds a very special place for my understanding of this card. So Seven of Wands, because I always made a joke of it, and Ritchie brought in this whole new level about having hope and all that, but I got a second jumper paired with this. the Queen of Cups. So yes, it's emotional, but do not lose hope. Do not lose your faith. Queen of Cups, you got this, girl.
Yeah.
And what to take into the new year? This is from the World's Tree. So this is from, I've forgotten, Wildwood. I've been doing a year in the Wildwood, so I thought it was time to actually put my thoughts into practice. You have everything that you need to approach the new year. Don't think that you need to go and do lots of new things in preparation for it, because everything you've been preparing for the new year that's coming, and it's all there. Now we've got a labyrinth at the base of this tree. To get into that space, to get into the hollow of that tree, you need to walk the labyrinth. So it's interesting that you've got a meditative card from Betsy there, because you just got to find your pathway. You have everything that you need. You've just got to follow the right path, and that is intuition. So follow your intuition, and you will have a very successful year with all the gifts that you've already mastered and collected.
Yes. And Sally was away and then just came back. Sally, we just did your reading for you, Why You're So Spacey. So go back, listen to it. Key thing is Betsy said, you're not the only one. So, but okay, so let's show all of the cards if we can.
Oh, I just shuffled mine back.
Of course you did.
That's the back of it.
There you go.
So I like how there's, here's a king, there's a queen, and you got, you need those things in order to go into the labyrinth. I love that. So, all right, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. So we move people through, and thank you, Sally. All right, Claudia, may I have a reading, please? Okay, Claudia.
That's okay. Jeez.
Are they talking to you, Betsy?
Like, okay, focus. I got to pull a card for her. And this one that was in my hand refused to go back in the deck. And I tried it like 3 times. Finally, I'm like, oh. Oh. So yeah, I can go with it. Okay, lessons you have been working on. The world.
Ooh.
The world. So what I am feeling, what I am sensing is that there's some sorrow about everything going on in the world, and feeling of overwhelm, feeling not so much overwhelm as not being able to contribute anything to make significant change in the stuff that you see going on in the world around you. So observing a lot of unrest and upset is what you have been working on. And I'll leave it there for the guys.
Okay. Gifts that the solstice has brought to you. I have the Queen of Cups from the Winter Weight edition here. So I'm seeing. Have you noticed how this queen has shook all the snow off that's accumulated on her, and it's all at her feet there? Because this is your gift. Your gift is to awaken, a bit like the sun, awaken those emotions, awaken those relationships, and be in charge of them again. Perhaps you felt like it's waned a little bit, or that people in your close circle may be overweighing themselves, or the balance is slightly off. It's your chance to take back that balance. It's your chance to tell people how much you care for them and what they mean to you. I've also pulled for you the Nine of Cups, which is another lovely card. We've got Father Christmas there on the wish list, because this is the card of wishing. So it looks like the solstice energy is going to be super and bring you a lot of luck and a lot of success in being in charge of your relationship and friendships again.
Mm-hmm. So you got the Queen of Cups?
Again, in position number 2.
I got the King of Cups. So the insight to take into the new year is that you need to have a voice of calm strength about you. Keep your cool. I'm saying you still have your emotions, but allow the strength to come through in a calmness. Allow people to walk next to you instead of you charging ahead of them and dragging them along. It's time to, I would also say, if you haven't considered starting a journal could be a very insightful thing for this year to help show yourself when the road isn't smooth, how you handled it. So there you go. Shall we show all of the cards?
I'm also getting that, yes, you may be seeing a lot and contemplating a lot of what's going on around the world, but what's important is the things that you bring to your close relationships.
Mm.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Claudia. And I do have to follow up. Sally said, my birthday is 12/22 and it gets lost most years. I have learned to cultivate zero expectations. Well, we gave you a reading because it was your birthday. And yeah, I've been working on learning Reiki. Ooh,
Nice.
That's great.
Powerful medium. It is a powerful medium.
Yes. So we've had some new people come in. I have you starred. We'll do our best to get to them. Jezree, avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. Okay, so readings are closed. Readings are paused for this session. So, and
okay. All the queens. I've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands from the Druid Craft here for your lessons you've been working on. So it feels like it's been a time for you, Jezreel. It feels like you've come into your own, but in a supportive role. I see the queens as supporting figures who encourage others, who get people to be their very, very best. And it feels like that is what is being told with both having the two queens here. I've also had a jumper for you, the Two of Swords. So I wonder if you're kind of getting lost, perhaps, in between these two queens, whether it's the fiery, romantic, wonderful, artistic Queen of Wands and the slightly quieter, more tranquil, more peaceful, some would say slightly duller Queen of Pentacles. I'm just wondering if that has been a kind of situation that's been going on in the last year, that you've been pulled in these two directions. Both are supporting, both are wonderful, both are needed, but it feels like it's split as we have with the crossroads going on in the Two of Swords here. So I don't know whether you guys can add any extra things to that.
well, I will add that the gift of the solstice brings you cardinal medicine, which this says, thyself bleeds of sacredness and honor fit for the gods. You are worth all the seas and all the skies and all the desires you hold inside. This is a card of appreciating your uniqueness and allowing that to shine through. You are the brightness in an otherwise dark time. Allow that to be. You don't need to explain it. Allow it to be, honor it, and allow it to come forward.
Sweet.
Yes,
Nice.
I love that.
So, on the heels of Richie's queens, how do we decide which of these queens to choose? You need to do some shadow work for yourself. I'm going completely intuitively on this one. There's some shadow work to be done about this. You need to face the mountain, not think you can hop in someone's cart and they'll take you on a pleasure ride around the base of it. You need to go to the mountain of your own self to achieve the spot you desire, to not rely on someone else to take you there.
Love that. All right, let's put up the cards for Jessica. Love that. Love that. So Thank you.
Thank you.
We've had a couple of more people pop in. I see Hershey came in.
Hi, Hershey.
Thank you. And so moving things along. Yeah, Hershey said powerful message, Betsy. And Lizzie is here. Calla Lizzie said, ho, 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 people, not a personal comment. Rossi is up. And then Beth, Aspasia rising. Rossi. Lesson you have been working on. I like these cards. It is the Yule, the Witch's Yule Oracle. I have the Princess of Cups. Lessons you have been working on is allowing your beautiful childlike excitement and the way of feeling to be there. Allow it to thrive and to not necessarily be overwhelmed. So you've been working on recognizing all of the new emotions and all of the emotions that you've been experiencing them. I also think this is part of this is about capturing and exploring your emotions much more deeply rather than just letting them flow by. It's like she's capturing that fish in a cup so she can look at it. That's a powerful lesson. So, what you got, Betsy?
Yep. Echo, ditto, what he said. Because what's on the other side. So we don't like to go here sometimes. We don't like to do it. It's not the most comfortable place to be. But this is the other side. So it's just like going through a doorway. It really, truly is. You brave the doorway. At the haunted house, your hand trembles, you reach for the knob, and once you get through the other side, the exit sign is right there. And the things that you want are on the way.
Yes.
Lovely.
Nicely said.
And to go into the new year, I have the Eight of Vessels from the Wildwood. I love this card because I can really feel the water flowing from the big cup down, filling all the other cups. And then you have this wonderful waterfall in here. And the message with the card is rebirth, which is wonderful to be having to take into the new year with. This card, when with rebirth often comes a sadness for what has been. And this card, the way the water is almost like tears. It almost feels like it's trickling away. You have to wash away what's happened with the tears to be able to move on and get the rebirth out of it there. So it might be time to actually just think about this time as a period of slight mourning, as a bit of loss as to what may have happened. But it's now time to put that aside when you're ready and to move forward, because the rebirth, the cleansing, the tears turn into waters of cleansing, and it's a perfect way to move forward into the new year with a new outlook and a whole new waterfall to go down. Exciting.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Rossi. That's wonderful. And Gene XO is here. I did see new Shelley is here. So thank you, everybody. Again, readings are closed for this session. We've gotten through, and Beth is up, and then Merita, and then Jonathan. So, and Rossi said, great, thank you. And avert your gaze, avert your gaze, avert your gaze. Here you go. And there were people who are saying they really like the idea of, they like the flow of these readings.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Excuse me.
All righty. So, lessons you have been working on. The Page of Swords. Shifting perspective. Choosing to choosing to reframe some things. the lessons you have been working on. I have what's behind it: temptation, and breaking free from that. And I'm going to leave that there. Breaking free from the things that tempt you and choosing to reframe.
That's interesting. Gifts for the solstice. I got the Page of Cups and I went completely off kilter what I would normally say for the Page of Cups, because look at this person done out in their dandy fineness there. And it was like, it's almost like the solstice is saying to go and put on a new frock. Just go and get yourself organized. Just go out, go out, put all your jewelry on, just go out and be yourself, dress how you want, and just shine. Because I pulled another card for you, which just says shine, hold your head high. And that's exactly what this page is doing.
Yes.
He doesn't give a stuff about what people think about him, because he feels good.
And he knows it, and he's enjoying it.
He knows it.
Yes. Beth said, very true, Betsy. I'm having to reframe after my move from California to Nebraska.
That's a big shift.
Yes.
Oh, Richie's like, I wonder what that means. That means from going someplace that has electricity and indoor plumbing to a place that has neither. It's very extreme, different. Left coast is as liberal and modern as you can get in California. Nebraska is very old school, very rancher country.
I hear you.
But also super close to Native American stuff. Girl, if you have brown hair and brown eyes, I'm jealous, because you can find you someone to teach you medicine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Beth said, love that, Ritchie. So the insights to take into the new year is the 6 of Cups. The thing that is about this card is this is about childhood and remembering that everything wasn't always rainbows and fairy tales. And now it's time for you to look at that and to make peace with what wasn't exactly the way you wanted it to be. And I think it's also a time for, I like how this child is pointing at something. It is encouraging you to become vulnerable and embrace that joy that is in there without fear of it falling apart. And again, when I see this card, I also say spending time with children. So yeah, there we go. I love that. Gosh. Woohoo. Thank you.
And I hope I didn't offend anybody with my comments, but there's just such a difference in America between either coast and the Midwest. I grew up in the Midwest, but if I could be around Native Americans now, I'd be in a good spot. I'd be in a happy place. So
Protect My Energy AAC is here. I have you. I've added you to the list. We'll try to get to you as quickly as we can, because I haven't seen you in a while. So Merita is here. And then Kathy, Tortoiseshell Moon after Jonathan. So Gerald, I'm also back in the state where my relatives live, siblings, etc. It's a big learning curve after being gone for so long. Sure. All right. Avert your gaze. So, and Thomas, Tarot Your Way is here. Hi, Thomas. I've probably missed some other people. My apologies. I appreciate you being here. Merita said my boyfriend is part Pawnee from Nebraska.
yeah, with me with blonde hair, blue eyes, when I ask Native Americans or Hawaiians to teach me, they just look at me and turn around and walk away. They don't say anything. All righty.
Okay. Can't remember the first one was. I have to wait for it to scroll along. Lessons from the lessons I've been working on. Two, let's be honest, not the nicest cards to have in the tarot. I've got the 8 of Swords for you, Maruta, and I've got the 5 of Pentacles. So let's try and draw something beautiful out of this one, rather than look at perhaps some of the more sobering meanings behind it all. There's a feeling of entrapment. That's basically what I'm getting from this one here, that's happened in the past. And it can be a variety of things that cause that feeling of entrapment. Here, the Five of Pentacles would suggest that you're down on your luck, perhaps to do with resources and finances. So I don't know whether that is something that has been taking a theme through the previous or through this year. We've fortunately finished quite soon there. So I'm just wondering if you're feeling like you've been enclosed, or perhaps your hands have been metaphorically tied to do some of the changes, to perhaps spend some money, to perhaps make some improvements that you felt should have been happening by now. So the good news is that's been something that's been worked on. So hopefully, and I'm hoping Gerald can give us some lovely messages about the blessings of the solstice, and that how you can move on from perhaps these slightly negative thoughts.
Well, I have cold moon, and the cold moon at the bottom of it, it says, take with thy the dreariest of moments, release for me their tongue and nourish me with light. This is a card about release. Release that, purge, and then be resourceful and find nurturing for yourself. What Ritchie said you brought in, it's now time for you to clean a drawer, get rid of stuff, and then take charge and to reframe it. So what do you got, Betsy?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Insights to take into the new year. Thoughtful contemplation of your next course of action, right? This all makes sense about sorting things through, releasing what doesn't work for you anymore, and very carefully thinking about your course of action, what direction you're going to take, to make sure it's of your choosing, of your responding in your own choosing instead of reacting to what's going on around you, that your actions this time around will serve you, number one.
Love that. And release that so that you can make that happen. That's great.
Yep.
Do you still have your card? There you go. All right. Thank you, Merita. PD is here. Book Bewitched is here. Said thank you very much. I did see there were a couple of other people that showed up. So I missed them. My apologies. Jonathan is up next, and then Tortoiseshell Moon Kathy. Martha Bean, please let us know that you are here. And Merita said, Ritchie, those cards are exactly my current situation.
Oh.
Avert your gaze. Whoop, whoop. And Petey said, that's wise journaling when the road isn't smooth. How you handle it, I need to do that. Cool. All right. Jonathan, lesson you've been working on. Jonathan, the Three of Cups, you've been working on finding your tribe, the people with shared minds like ideas, people who will build you up rather than tear you down, people who will encourage you to be your most authentic self, simply for the need to be your most authentic self. They want you to be successful. With this comes a challenge of making sure that you are checking your intuition to make sure that they are exactly, because words and actions need to match. So that's what I have for you, Jonathan, a lesson you've been working on, finding your tribe.
And now you can't make this stuff up because I did shuffle.
Uh-oh.
Gifts the solstice brings you. Ace of Wands is back.
Nice.
And I was like, well, is that an accident? Why? That was given right back to me. Careful contemplation of what your actions are to be coming ahead. And the advice on that is collaboration. Instead of thinking that you have to find your own path separate from people around you, is there's an element of collaboration. to
Mhm.
be considered.
Nice.
And I have 3 of arrows, which is 3 of swords. Jealousy. Now, this, on the face of it, doesn't look like, again, a lovely card to be talking about, Jonathan. But if we actually stop and think about what jealousy is one of the most natural, deep down reactions that human beings have to something else. It's a big trigger, which is why people get jealous of people, jobs, whatever it is that's around. It can be a lot of resources or anything that people get jealous of. And knowing that you're a jealous kind of person, or knowing what triggers you, is a really important thing to know and thing to work on as well. But without jealousy, we always go, well, it's a really bad trait. But without jealousy, we never actually get an esteem to go on, to move on, to make ourselves better. We just get stuck in a rut of slightly hating everything and feeling very jealous about situations. So if this does start to come through in the new year, thinking about working on jealousy, thinking about what you can do to overcome it, or more, why am I feeling jealous and what can I do to either get what I am after or to put it to one side? So actually, jealousy is quite a useful tool to begin to work with to improve ourselves.
All right. Let's put all the cards up. So he got 3 3s. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 3s. Important. So thanks, Jonathan. And I do have to say, Jonathan added here, I love that Betsy is reading the gifts. She's one of the best gifts Maui ever gave me.
Thank you, darling.
Yep. Yes. The readings are great, Fran. And that's true. Desire is motivational.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Jonathan says, thanks, you 3. So now we have 4 3s.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, 3 3s. Yeah, I think Fran, the readings are on par tonight. So, all right. I have not seen Kathy Tortoiseshell Moon. And then Martha Bean, and then Mars 54. So let me do the phone to see if Tortoiseshell Moon is here. Tortoiseshell Moon, Kathy. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. Kathy. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. I will say hi for a second. And I see Michelle Marie is here. It's good to see you. And Kathy is here.
All right.
Yay. Okay. And I did shift everybody. So, you know, I wish I had thought of this before. I could have made a phone that sounded like Jingle Bells.
Oh.
Well, maybe next time.
Next time.
All right, I'm ready to rip. And now I think somebody's just making fun of me because I shuffled early and I was told to cut the deck. What did I get? Ta-da!
Ooh.
Back again. Coming from the Knight of Pentacles, of trying to find what you want, choosing action, choosing decisive action to get to mastery of what you want. Decisive new action.
Loving it. I don't know, Kathy, whether you know The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as a story, but there's a part of the book, you know, it's always snowy, never Christmas. I've got the 8 of swords there for you. We've already talked about this, but actually the card that came out with it, and it's like the frost, it's like the snow's melting in Narnia. We've gone from the imprisonment and the badness of the witch to the 9 there of Pentacles. It feels like the solstice, everything's melting, everything that has caused problems is going away, and you've got this real opportunity with the energy that's coming in to make the most of it, to reside in your special place, your garden that you've been working so hard at. So enjoy the thaw process because it's about to happen.
Well, and I got the King of Pentacles, which is the card. Betsy got that card, and this King of Pentacles is the one about making sure that the money is well established for the family. The King of Pentacles. Here's the lesson to take into the new year: is ask the tough questions about what it is that you want to have. When you ask the tough questions, you can make different choices now to help those long-term goals show up. And so it is, and these are long-term goals. They are achievable. You got to ask the tough questions and you got to start small. And if I hold this card like this, does that look like my face?
Yeah.
No. Yes, but no.
No, there you go. So there you go, Kathy. I love that you're matched by you're surrounded by the King of Pentacles.
Yeah. The masculine on either side, the bookends, and the divine feminine coming through, showing you the way. Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right. So I'm loving this. I feel empowered for the season. Many thanks.
Brilliant.
I love that you feel empowered. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Martha Bean, and then Mars 54, and then Alice L. And Martha Bean is here. Oh, wait a minute. Avert your gaze. Sorry. Avert your gaze.
Yeah, somebody popped in the recurring cards were messages for all of us. Yeah. With that Ace of Wands that keeps coming back, choosing discernment about action instead of reacting. That's me.
You got it. You got it.
Right, here we go. This one comes with a sound effect. Ready? The wolves are what do they do? Howling, aren't they? Baying at the moon. The moon in your path. What have you been working on? Well, Martha Bean, you've been working on perhaps the things that are in the dark recesses of our lives. Perhaps it's shadow work. Perhaps it's coming to terms with things that you might not necessarily have wanted to come to terms with. The moon lights up areas of our lives that we don't often use on a day-to-day in the daylight hours. It's the stuff that's secretive, the stuff that we tuck away, the stuff that we don't always want to have to deal with, or at least deal with at another time. And it feels like you've been working perhaps on this to start to unpack things that have happened in the past, things that people have done. I've also got the Two of Cups coming through. So I'm wondering if it's something to do with a relationship or a friendship there that needed a bit more working on it there. Or perhaps some secrets are coming out about it. But it feels like the work has now been done.
Nice. So the gift from for the solstice is chills. And I'm going to read this to you. It says, "Upon my flesh within thy bones quivers a crawling frozen in numbness. Shall I ignore or shall I bestow it? A frozen knowing looks back at thy soul." It is that the gift is reflection and taking time to do that introspection. Also, it's a wake-up call. Now's the time to start moving. Are you going to do it or not? This is trust your intuition. Trust when you get the chills. Your instincts are right. So,
and on the heels of that, what insights are coming to take with you to the new year? Here's what the new year has to offer you.
Woo.
Amazingness. I mean, do we need to say anything more? This card is so expressive. I really don't feel like I could add anything to it of value. That the gifts are coming in abundance for you.
I love that. All right, let's put these all up for Martha. That's great. And, woohoo.
The rewards for all that hard work that Ritchie was talking about. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
taking the time to look at it and go, okay, here we go.
Taking the time to honor it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Mars 54, Alice L, Pixie Lou 1822, and then Ack, you're up. So let us know that you are here. Avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. Okay. And I know Mars 54 is here. So yeah, it's the action. Yeah, it's an action card for Queen of Swords energy. That's true, Michelle. All right, I'm supposed to pick up the top card. So, lessons you've been working on. I have the Two of Swords. You've been working about making different choices that are, okay, I'll stop. You've been focusing on making informed choices. So they recognize that.
Gifts the solstice brings you on the heels of Gerald's card to the place you desire to be. You can embody this. You are capable of embodying this archetype.
Love it.
Okay, I'm going to say this, is that as we go forward, sometimes we can go backwards. You've got the Kanunos, the devil card there, and the devil often points us back into the past and go, wasn't it so much better when so and such a thing happened? So fight it. You've got the Seven of Wands going on there, saying that this coming season, as we get into it, there's opportunities to lapse back into situations and perhaps habits that you've fought very long and hard to get out of, and you're getting this Seven of Wands energy that you still have that power to fight. You can still do it. So choose wisely what you want to go back to, because sometimes you don't want to go there.
Love that. Okay, we'll put up the cards. There you go. Woohoo. Thank you, Martha, or Mars 54. And all right. Alice L. Did we see Alice L? Alice L? Alice L?
Telephone time.
All right, I'll do it. Just look
I
for
haven't
Alice.
seen them in the chat, but
Okay. Alice L. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. Alice L. Please pick up the white courtesy phone. Okay. And I'm going to avert your gaze. Mars 54 said thank you. That was fabulous. Miss Charlotte is here. Okay. I don't see Alice. I don't see Pixie Lou. Pixie Lou, are you here? All right, I know Protect My Energy AAC is here. So Alice L, Pixie Lou, 1822. Please let us know you are here. And so we have for Protect My Energy AAC is up.
okay. Queen of Swords. Lessons you've been working on. This to me is like there's another layer to it besides just this card. I got a message before coming in, and I don't know if you know anything about horses, but one of the ways horses are fed is with a hay net. You take a bunch of hay, stuff it in this net, and hang it above the door so they can pick at it at will. And I was shown that you are not picking from the hay net, that the net on the outside of it appeared to be a trap, that if you put your nose through, your nose would be bitten or grabbed. And this is told to me as a Four of Cups kind of a moment, that yes, there's things before you, but what you're after is being offered, but you must pick it up. You must brave sticking the nose through the net to get to what you want. I hope that makes sense for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Fool for the solstice. What a fantastic way, because we're starting all over again. So the Fool is the perfect card to be having for a new cycle to begin. So, you know, as you go through this season, whatever holiday season it is you're celebrating, you can afford to let your hair down. You can afford to be foolish and have a laugh and do silly things, if that really is what will help release lots of positive energy, because this cycle is going to begin. And, you know, let's celebrate it. Let's celebrate the silliness of the season. The Fool there, wear a nice stripy jumper like the Fool's got on, you know, go out and celebrate. It's the season of the fall of misrule, which was an old thing where people's roles reversed, where lords would suddenly be servants and servants be lords. So just embrace the silliness of the season.
I love it. And I have, for what you need to take in, the insights to take into the new year, is the Six of Wands. You have worked, okay, I'm going to stare through. You've worked hard. And you are where you are because you've worked hard. It is okay to take a moment of celebration and to honor your victories. Don't let imposter syndrome take that away from you. Lean into that. You still got a ways to go. You know you can do it. So really, really, definitely feel the victory of the hard work. Allow it to fuel you to continue to go. So I think that's the message of the new year. I love that.
Red jumpers are the way forward.
Oh, yeah. The jumpers are the way forward. I love that. I love that. So, yeah, the victory card. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. And hi, Anne. Good to see you. Okay. Pixie is here.
Pixie.
And Pixie is our last reading. And we just are finishing up. So I'm sorry that you've missed it. I have a couple of more reading times. And Protect My Energy AAC said, oh, very profound messages today, separately and together. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. So, all right. And Pixie Lou earlier said they were loving watching these, learning so much.
Oh,
that was very sweet.
That's lovely.
I love it. Betsy's ready.
And you know, I'm just
okay. Here we go.
Just the vehicle.
I've got the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Wands, so let's deal with the Ten of Swords, because lessons you've been working on, it's finalized, it's done. It's time to literally move on, because there's nothing else you can get out of the Ten of Swords. It's been done. It's been skewered. It's gone. So it's time to move on. And the Eight of Wands is about that moving on. You can actually talk of it as a physical journey if you wanted to, but it could be more of a spiritual one. But the energies from this dying, from this passing, becomes very potent and very powerful. And you have now the potential to almost rocket forward into the new year, into the solstice, much like this person throwing his javelin here. It's going to be great energies.
Yeah. And Pixie Lou, the blessing the solstice brings you is the darkest hour, literally. It is the darkest night. And this is on this card, it says, there in the void of thy darkness swells the shadow of the soul, swallowing the wickedness into the blackness of its wholeness. This card is about a dark night of soul it's about examining what it is that brings you joy. What is it that you need to really focus on and to bring into your life that makes you happy? And this is one of those things. It's forcing you to slow down and examine things. And sometimes that can be extremely challenging. Changes happen. Do you lean into those changes? Do you allow them to help you to move forward? Or do you get caught up in the what is no longer there? I encourage you to, the light is returning after this darkest hour. Remember that. The light is returning. So,
And I got an interesting card about insights to take into the new year, to be on the lookout for blissful pairings. And the way I'm asked to present the information is that this is more of a card about mindfulness, that the blissful pairings are really experiences that enrich you, to be mindful in these small moments as well as large moments, and accept the bliss and the beauty of the moment. And this is the pairings, these happy pairings that you're being asked to look for.
yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
really powerful, especially after this, Betsy. That's, I mean, it's Pixie, you've been working, you've been doing hard work. So there you go. Thank
Lovely.
you. Wow. How was that? That was like awesome.
That was yeah, powerful.
Yeah. And Pixie Plucky said, I love these questions. They're great for meditations and or affirmations.
Yeah.
I agree. What is the deck I'm using? I am using this is the Season of the Witch Oracle, the Seasons of the Witch, the Yule Oracle. I'm also using the Keeper of the Sacred Bee. And then the Tarot of Feeling.
Is that the one with all the photos on it?
Yes.
Was that one?
Yes, that's this one. Yep.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So, thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Ritchie.
Thank you, Gerald.
Gerald. Yeah.
It is wonderful to share space with you, and I appreciate you all watching. Thank you for watching the playback. I hope you enjoy us at the faster speed. As we talk really, really fast, I wonder how it sounds like that when I'm doing this and see that. So, anyhow, thoughts for the last show that the three of us are doing this year.
What a great trio.
Yes, Queen. Oh, here. I'm going to put Betsy back in the middle because Betsy's there.
There I am. Thank you.
I have learned a lot from both of you in our many journeys, and I look forward to many more in 2024. That almost rhymed, didn't it?
Wow. It's almost like you did that on purpose.
I know, it's like I wrote it down. Which I didn't.
Aw. So, deep thoughts, Betsy? You don't have to have any.
I'm just kind of marinating in this moment about how so many of these readings really, it wasn't individual readings. It was like a collective reading over and over and over again for all of us about give yourself credit for the deep work you've done. Give yourself a moment to think about where you want to go, and that the new year offers wonderful things for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so true. So very true. Oh, you're welcome. And yeah, good readings. So thank you. And Martha agrees with you. So, all right. So we will all see you maybe together in the new year. Who knows? We'll see what we can do. Our people are calling each other's people. So we're doing that. So, all right. Please remember to be nice to yourself and to be present.
Yes.
Take a good deep breath.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Ahui ho.
Bye.
Malay kaliki maka. Haole hap makahika ho.